Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to King's Quest 4. Last time we survived a whale and a shark, actually. We got ourselves a golden bridle, and I believe we also talked to a witch who wanted us to find a unicorn. Because this game just loves throwing stuff at you. So, okay, this time, we're going to finish that whole unicorn quest and then move on. So, right now, that's our only quest, aside from getting the whole fruit for King Useless and everything else. So, um, before you continue, if you haven't done things in the order that I said to do them in, um, you need to make sure you have two things in your inventory for this. You need to have the golden bridle, which is extremely important, and you need to have Cupid's bow. If you don't have those two things, you can't do what we're about to do. So anyway, you might want to remember that so far we've seen the unicorn in a number of places. He can appear in a few different places. But we're not going to worry too much about that. We're just going to try and hope he shows up where he's supposed to be. So this is one of the areas he can be. I think this is another one of... I think this is again another situation where it's random, where he can appear in any number of different places, depending on RNG. Because we've already seen him a couple times in similar places. I'm not actually sure what causes him to spawn. Again, that's one of the things I don't like about these games, is that a lot of the events are RNG based. And quite honestly, it just doesn't make very good puzzle gaming. Like, this is supposed to be an adventure game, I get that, but at the same time, it's mostly puzzles. Like, the core of the adventure is finding things, figuring things out, making things work. It's simply just not very... It's just not very useful, I want to say. It's just not very intuitive to have things done randomly. Because you'll never know if you've done anything wrong. Like, right now, I'm just trying to look at all the places where we've already seen him. Or where we've already seen the unicorn. To make him spawn at one of them. There he is. Okay, so now we need to shoot unicorn. Or no, we need to shoot arrow. So we need to use Cupid's bow to shoot the unicorn. So essentially our way of solving this problem is to brainwash a unicorn. Okay, so you have one of Cupid's golden arrows towards the beautiful unicorn, let the bowstring, or let go of the bowstring, zing, bullseye. So now we need to... Maybe the unicorn is no longer afraid of you. It's now your friend. Yes, mind control for everybody. So we need to go towards it, and then we need to put bridle on unicorn. Close enough. How close do I have to be? How fucking close do I have to be to the unicorn? But you're not close enough. Okay, I have to be on the other side of him. What? How close? Where do I need to be? Not close enough. Close enough to what? Like... Okay, there we go. Alright, so... As the beautiful unicorn offers no resistance, you gently place the golden bit into its mouth, fit the bridle and reins over its majestic head. The unicorn looks at you with curiosity. Okay, so now we need to... ride unicorn. Try the other side. Fine. Nimbly mount the magnificent unicorn, grab the golden reins, and set off towards the castle. And this is again another cutscene where everything kind of works on its own. And yes, you do have to wait for it to make its way all the way there. Unicorn seems paralyzed with fear at the sight of her henchman. No, not this again. Okay. So, I hear you were a good girl and brought me the unicorn. Yeah. It's like, what's his name's over there is still blushing. I'm almost convinced you might be innocent after all, but not quite. This doesn't sound good. Well, of course not, but then again, nothing about this sounds good. I'm desirous of the hen that lays the golden eggs. Currently, the hen is kept by the ogre and his wife. So we've seen the ogre before. He sort of killed us a couple times. Bring me the hen, and you shall have your freedom and a great reward. I don't know if we can believe that, but take her away. So basically, she just brought us here, told us to do something else, and then tossed us right back down the mountain again. Okay. So we need to go west twice and then south one. So we need to go to the ogre's house, get his egg, or get the hen that lays the golden eggs, and then come back. Again, another fairy tale, I guess? Okay. Ogre sees you! Okay, so you might have realized that if the ogre or ogress sees you, they'll kill you, which is a problem. We need to replace this with golden egg. So now we need to. So now we're kind of at the next part of the game. So the first part of the game was doing everything until we got captured. The second part of the game was oh, why is it doing? I don't know why it does that. It does this thing where it like, yes, that's a bone. I don't know why it does that. Sometimes it just like bugs out and does shit like that. Anyway, so the second part of the game was finding a unicorn. The third part of the game is getting this hen. So now that we're here, we need to God damn it. So you sort of just have to keep going back here until they don't spawn. And I believe we need to. Oh wait, no. Okay. So sometimes. Oh, now you need to throw the. So if you had that bone, which we got earlier, quickly you toss the bone. The big dog catches it in midair. Happy with surprise gifts, takes his new favorite rug, or takes it to his favorite rug and eats it. Okay. So we survived the dog. So enter the house, through the bone. That's fine. Okay, we need to go up the steps. Thankfully, these steps are not on an angle. And we need to go over to this wall over here. And we need to get the axe. Here's Johnny. We need to walk down the steps. I know, you need to go up the steps, grab the axe, go back down the steps. Ignore the adorable dog. Over here. The door. Now, before we do anything else, okay. So we're going to save right now. The reason we're going to save. Oh, I didn't want to didn't want to save this creepy house. So here's Ogre House. Now, you actually have to sit around here and wait. You're supposed to hide in here, essentially. And eventually, the ogre comes back into his house, obviously. So we sort of have to wait here. I know, how riveting, right? Yeah, just sit here and wait around until, I actually don't know how long you have to wait. I'm pretty sure it's not that long, but at the same time, it feels like forever. Any day now. Let's speed this up a bit. Okay. Anytime he wants to come home. And yes, you do need to wait for him to show up again, because you don't know where the hen is, and he's going to bring you the hen, obviously. So, any day now. See if we can look through the keyhole. Okay, so as you can see, nothing's going on right now. There he is. Okay, you hear the ogre in the house. Okay. Now we need to look in the keyhole. The ogre roars. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of, something. Quiet, you old goat, interrupts the ogress. That's just a deer you smell. You know how you get when you're hungry. Here, eat. The ogress apparently doesn't agree with the, his nose. Wife, shouts the ogre, bring me my hen. So this is the golden hen, which we sort of need. Looks like a regular hen. Lay, orders the ogre. Wait, you can just tell. With excitement, you watch the hen lay a golden egg, which the ogre takes. He yawns, then falls asleep on the table. Soon his snoring rattles the walls. So wait, he just demands that it lays eggs, and it just does? How many golden eggs do you need? Okay. So let's save so we don't have to do all that again. Alright. So, this is a little difficult. It's not really difficult, but you sort of have to be a little quick. So we gotta open the door. Okay, you see this, the ogre sleeping at the table, you better be really quiet. So there's the hen. Go over to the hen, and get hen. Okay. Grab the hen, and run the hell out. Okay, open door. Squawk, squawk. Uh-oh, the hen has woken the ogre. So, the hen is now awake, and the ogre wants to kill you, but he won't follow you into this area. Hey, remember this area with all the murderous trees that will kill us? So the good news is we now have the hen. The bad news is that there are all these trees. Alright. So, we've escaped the house, we've gotten everything. Let's see. Oh, okay, so... Okay, this is going to sound pretty awful, but you need to use axe on the trees. Trees tremble at your might and are frightened by your axe. They will not bother you further. Okay, so if you just wave the axe around, all the trees get, scared shitless, and then they don't attack you. Here we have Castle Grayskull. Let's see. Well, we're not going to Castle Grayskull right now, so we're going to go north again. Pretty sure they're, like, permanently not going to bother us. Okay, yeah. So you need to go over here again. Now that we have the hen. God damn it. Come on, just make it to the other screen. There you go. And there are her goons again. And the terrible music. What a good girl you are. Really ought to give you your reward right now. As you can see, Edgar over there is all blushy. She pauses, and you wonder what she's up to. But I have this tiniest bit of doubt left, so you haven't realized it yet. She's basically just using us because she's lazy and figures that this random person's a good idea. One more thing from you, I'll be completely convinced of your innocence and receive a wonderful reward, namely your death, probably. Somehow you don't quite believe her. Yeah, no shit. I want to have Pandora's box. Whoever owns it will be the possession of the purest evil. Well, not sure if you'll be able to use any of that evil. Red Eyes gloats excited. With the power and evil of Pandora's box, that would be unstoppable. Well, until you open it, all the evil gets out, and all that's left is hope. Your terror returns, you realize what an evil being she really is. Really? Didn't realize that before? You should be helping her in this way, but what can you do about it? Nothing right now. So, because this game has... I don't know the whereabouts of it, she must search for it yourself, so go figure out where it is. Against yours or henchmen to take her away. Okay. Okay. So let's save. Don't have to listen to all that again. And we'll do... So as you can probably tell, this game really has no ideas of its own. Almost all of the ideas in this game are taken from other things. Not inherently a bad thing. Why does it do that? Stop it. Stop it. Why does it do that? I don't know why it does that. Anyway, so as you can see, we're crossing a little bit through things. Now, damn it, stop the music for a second. Now, Pandora's box requires certain things to have been done that we haven't done yet. So before we do that, we're going to segue. And we're going to segue into doing things that will help us find that magic fruit that's going to save King Graham the Useless's life. Because we have to save his life so we don't, so he doesn't die. So we need to walk west, to walk south, and we need to go back to that cave we saw. So we need to walk back to Castle Grayskull, which isn't really much of a castle anymore. Masters of the Universe don't pay very well. So anyway, stay here, and then... Alright. Okay, so this is a little bit of a difficult thing. That's the best way to put it. So you gotta go in here, and you'll see 3 witches. So let's save, again. Now, the reason we're going to save is because this witch right here, this one, is going to chase you. Or at least walk around with you. So... need to... Okay, so this is kind of like the last game, where we sort of had to do this. Where she can't get you because of... Ouch. Oops. Don't burn yourself, that's stupid. Actually, can we burn ourselves? What happens if we burn ourselves to death? I'm just wondering if you keep touching it. Can I get in Cauldron? Can't get that. Ouch. Once we get caught by the witch, you just need a hot bath, but not this hot. So she just throws you into the scalding hot cauldron, and you quickly and grisly, or die in a very grisly manner. So obviously you don't want to do that. Now this is again another reference to another Greek myth. I want to say it's Perseus, although I'm not 100% sure. Essentially, it's one of the Greek heroes, the same one with the Pegasus and I believe Medusa, which we fought in the 3rd game. But anyway, basically there's 3 witches and they only have one eye between them. Um, so basically you need to go up and grab the eye from them and then leave, if that makes sense. So you can see at the top there with the witches, they're grabbing something. So you need to go over here. Oh wait, and don't get grabbed. I probably should have mentioned that. You don't want to get too close or you will get grabbed. Alright, you snatched a glass eye for the grasping old witches. Now they're totally blind and helpless. Well, they're not totally blind and helpless. Give us back our eye, the old witches plead. So now you leave. And you have to leave and come back. You run to a dismal cave, the three one-eyed witches throw something towards you. It lands on the ground. Here, take it, they cry. And to ward off the undead, you'll need it. Now please give us back our eye. Give us back our eye, the old witches plead. You think about it. Okay, so basically they've tossed you something. They've tossed you something on the ground, which is a scarab. Which is a golden scarab. As you can see on the ground right here. Now we need to give them back the eye. Throw the glass eye and 3 old hags once can take turns peering at you. Come closer, dear. Give a gift to you. Okay, they're still dangerous. If you come closer, they will kill you. I should probably point that out. But we'll just see what happens. Okay. What? Too late. Yeah, so basically, they're still dangerous. Yeah, they just kill you if you go closer. If you believe them, they just murder you. So we're not going to do that now. But now we have something that protects us against the undead. And you do need that. So now we need to go south 3 times and go back to that waterfall. Once again, we have all these evil trees. Who won't kill us because they're terrified of the axe. As you can see, there's, tombstones and everything right here. So probably going to deal with that. Is this too big of a thing? But yeah, we still need that crown. So we need to go back into that room that we were in before. So we once again need to become a frog and go back into here. Now, last time we went in here, there was a creature in here and we got the bone and then it murdered us. Now, however, we have things where we can actually deal with it. So let's light the lantern. Use the flint, touch the lantern burns. So, go in here. See, now we have a lantern. Now, we are going to save here. So we don't die horribly. I'm actually going to cut this episode here, and next time we're going to continue playing this. And next time, we're going to finish getting the cave, hopefully get the magic fruit, and then continue on with the quest to find Pandora's box. So, see you all later.